Welcome back, everybody. Everything is fixed. Hopefully, we're back on Albagra Fortress, and Gooey Gallium is moving different. We were talking about it in the break, but this guy was he was moving a little differently at the start of the first HP. And let's see if we can keep it up here. Paris Letdowns already 11-0 and counting.
And Gooey definitely picking it right up from where he left off right now. Does get gunned down by Casper and Manitoba, finally getting some hill time. But you can see once again Paris in control of that P2 spawn, and it all comes to this. There are many money hills on this fortress hardpoint. P2 can be considered one of them if you do hold off for that spawns. But you can see side of Manitoba flooding from the back. Casper gets one, however Swanee does. Oh, Ghost gets one, but Swanee does trade him out, and just like that, Paris in the driver's seat.
Definitely are. This is big time right here. We know how important P2 can be. Swanee gets picked off out of the back, so now player 7, Nuck, has an opportunity to make a play. He is able to find one. God's Only Fear gets cut down. Now Paris Letdowns are trapped inside of Art. Another one for Nuck. Can he find a third? He must. He finds Swanee, but the fourth is going to be Gooey Gallium. He gets the final kill. 33 seconds left to go, and you got to think Paris, they are okay with rotating here because the scrap time not that important.
And Paris are getting scrapped on, but you can already see 2 players from the side of Paris on that P2 hill. And just like that, Manitoba are able to get the rest of the scrap time on P2. However, Paris in a prime position to hold off those Manitoba players from rotating.
Those definitely are. Me and you both know how important P3 is in this map especially. I mean, this can change the game. It can flip it on its head. Paris Letdowns could go from 36 to 86 right here. Actually, 96 if you do the math correctly, which I did not at first. But the kill's somewhat going the way of the Manitoba Mallards. Gooey Gallium still locking it down. A couple more kills to get. You need a couple more waves to lock down all this time. But player 1 gets cut down off the hill, and Manitoba, a fantastic break.
And I'm looking for the matchup between Nuck and Gooey Gallium. Can tell both players are frying on another level. They're both ready, and they both want to make it into that championship. And Manitoba doing a great job of breaking one of the toughest hills to break on this COD.
Yeah, I mean, that's a game changer right there. That's a big swing in points. Now Paris, they're forced to rotate to the new hill. You see the somewhat of a fight toward old, but it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. Paris Letdowns, they do have the map control for this P4, but it's very tough to get a lot of time here on the P4. If Paris could do it, tip my cap to them, no doubt about it, but it's going to be an uphill battle from here. Up 30 is the Manitoba Mallards, but Paris, they're on P4.
And Livestock right now watching that open doors area, trying to hold off the side of Manitoba. However, right now, Manitoba are spawning on the far side, but just like you said, this hill can get mixy, and Manitoba are looking to do exactly that, pushing from all sides and pinching. However, Paris doing a great job of holding them off, and just like that, Paris tie it up.
And that's a big 30 seconds right there. Manitoba still looking for the scrap time. Nuck, 14-7 right there. Just goes on a 5 streak just like that. 1 away from a cruise missile. Can he find it? He will not. That's a big one in the grand scheme of things. Looks like Livestock has the Vel in hand. We've been seeing some more of that lately. Let's maybe go on board with him in a little bit to see how it's shooting. But very close game right here. These semifinal matches are always neck and neck. Let's see who comes out on top.
And Livestock just picking a different gun every life and just doing bits with it. Right now, he's on the MP5. Gets a pick right here. Can he get the second? He does want to turn on from Livestock, but Manitoba are in control of this P5 hill.
Fight for the scrap continues. You see player 4, who other than Gooey Gallium trying to fight onto that hill. It's a big 2 from him. They get on that hill. He's still got the cruise missile in the back pocket, but 24 seconds left of scrap time is solid. No doubt about it. Almost in range of tying it up. This game is probably going to be within around 10 to 20 points as the next hill pops. This second P1 can get you a lot of time here, so these teams are going to have to lock it in here. First team there is going to be Paris.
And just like the hotel hardpoint in our first matchup, P1 can definitely be a money hill the second time round. And you can see teams are already on it. Manitoba trying to capitalize. Paris making sure to fight for that P1 spawns. And Paris right now are slaying slightly better than Manitoba. However, this matchup is extremely close. Paris trying to get as much hill time as possible on that P1 to tie it up and hopefully do take the lead. But Manitoba making sure at least to kill him off of that P1.
Got AV on the hill, picking up a big 2, goes on a 3 streak. The most time on the hill for the Manitoba Mallards, 1 minute 5 seconds and counting, playing absolutely solid gameplay right there for the squad, allowing them to get somewhat of a sizable lead here. 17 seconds left on that scrap time, but you see player 5 spawning in quite the interesting situation. If Ghost could get a couple here, that would be a game changer, but I mean, just his presence caused somewhat of an issue. Player 7, Nuck, finds him off the scrap time. That's going to be God's only fear. And you see the Manitoba Mallards, no doubt about it, fighting an uphill battle, but Ghost trying to get Mixie here in the art side area. One break is a big game changer.
And we've seen Manitoba break this hill like they did before. Right now, Ghost trying to go for the flank. He does get gunned down. What a read by Gallium. And just like that, Paris are very much in the position to be able to take the lead on this P2 hill. You can already see some players from Paris are already rotating. I believe it's God's Only Fear is already on P3, but there's still 30 seconds left. That's how important that next hill is.
Gallium, 29 and 14 so far in this game, being an absolute game changer for the team. The final 20 seconds is going to go the way of the Manitoba Mallards, and we are, of course, going to this P3 hill yet again. Don't forget, everybody, last time the P3 popped, Paris Letdowns had it, but it was very quickly broke by the Manitoba Mallards. Does that happen again? Who knows, but this is Paris's opportunity to get the lead they've been looking for all game. But the first blood goes the way of Manitoba.
It does, and Manitoba just playing very passive behavior, just getting picked before they hop into this area. And just like that, Casper makes sure to break that Paris setup. And once again, Manitoba playing a beautiful P3 break and now a beautiful P3 hold.
The trophy system blocks the cruise missile. The kill feed still going the way of Manitoba Mallards. And I just do not know how Paris Letdowns allow that to happen again. You get a second opportunity at greatness, and you flounder it a second time. Nuck with an absolutely insane kill onto that player right there. Manitoba going to pass that 200-point barrier. Paris going to be at 161. They need another big P4. They made it happen the first time, but replicating it is going to be very difficult. This is a big point in the game right here, Bluffsy.
It definitely is. And Casper right here with that huge pick, making sure that Paris won't put him in the spawn trap. And just like that, Manitoba are able to move forward. Now all they need to do is pinch. And you can see some of them players are going from that P2 side, trying to get a pick or two. Ghost right now in a great position. Does he know that there is someone top rails though? No, he doesn't, and he does get gunned down.
A big fight between Gallium and Nuck. Gallium able to come out on top, and God's Only Fear is able to help him out, find that final kill on that hill. Paris Letdowns getting back into this very quickly. 22 seconds left on the board, and that would put them in the lead if they're able to find all of it. Gallium has been frying from start to finish. 13 seconds left on the clock. Manitoba have the rotation to new, but it's back and forth as always. You don't know when the break's going to come in.
And we are going to go all tied up into this last hill right here. Paris Letdown trying to get the picks, but like you said, Manitoba are on the rotation. And right now, both teams very close to winning it. Gallium does get a pick. Livestock, though, trying to get at least someone off the point, and he does. Just like that. Paris Letdown break that setup. The kill feed is orange. Goes with a massive nade though, but Swanee making sure to clean up.
Big kill out of Livestocks right there. Now the spawn's going to be split just a little bit. Not sure they're going to be ready for AV right here. The shots not connecting. Can he find the kill? He does not, but Ghost finds a big two-piece off the back of it. Can Swanee be the savior? He cannot. The two-piece is not there. Back and forth, the pendulum swings. Gallium trying to find his way back on the point, but the trade is still there. 228, 228. This next part of the game is going to be the game changer. You got to rotate to P1. You got to do it now. The first player there's Ghost, but still 5 seconds left to make a difference. Gooey Gallium with another streak being called in. Can it find any kills? It does not. The hill's going to pop, and Paris has to break now.
Paris does have to break now, and both teams don't have to fight for that P2 hill. They're just thinking about the current hill they're on, the P1. Gooey Gallium gets one, gets the second. Right now, can he get the third? No, he does get gunned down, but Paris is on the hill, and Paris is 10 seconds away from ending this match right here.
Livestock with a 40 bomb as well. The Paris Letdowns, they might be able to do it. Swanee is able to hop on that point, and that's going to be it. The game 1 goes the way of the Paris Letdowns. Dual fantastic performances from their 2 main SMG players, and I mean, what a game 1, Blupsy.
If this is any indication of how the series is gonna go down, this is gonna be
our game 2 of the series. Paris Letdowns with a very solid game 1 hard point. They looked fantastic, and they're keeping it up here in the game 2. 2 big first bloods out of their 2 all-stars, Gooey Gallium and Livestocks. And they keep it going. Another blood for him. Ghost in a 1v4, just like that.
And Ghost in a very tough position. He has to get 4 picks and the defuse. A pretty much impossible position. But if I were Ghost, I'd at least try and get picks to get those players off the streaks. Gooey Gallium is on a 2 streak on that first round. And just like that, he gets shut down. And Ghost has done more than enough for his team for sure.
I mean, getting 1 at least puts Gooey Gallium off of that 2 streak that he had. With 12 seconds left to go, you don't need to throw your life away. You know, you're not going to win this round. Just try to get a couple. Can he find the second? No, he does not. Livestocks is able to pick up that kill, but Paris Letdowns, very dominant round 1.
And I do believe Nuck did have that sniper rifle with him. So I'm excited to see what he can do with that on this Hotel S&D. Paris, though, just starting off very aggressive on the offensive side, getting the picks, planting the bomb, and just searching for that luck.
Yeah, I mean, I always love to see people pull out that snipe. Let's see if Nuck still has it. No, he's got the Vaznev this time around. Oh, no, he actually pulls out that snipe. So let's see. Maybe he can get a solid first blood. Those first bloods to snipe hit absolutely differently. So a first blood would be a huge difference maker. Nobody over at the top plat side. It's going to be Swanee holding down the cross. But first blood already goes the way of Paris in the second as well. Good grief.
And Swanee gets another, just like that, Nuck in a 1v4 situation. Can he get that snipe here? No, very tough. And Gooey Gallium shuts him down, just like that. Another quick round from Paris. Very aggressive. You can tell Paris are just looking for the kills. They're not even trying to do any kind of setup. They're just going for the picks.
I mean, if you can get picks like that and just put the round in your favor so swiftly, there's just no reason not to. You know what I mean? Paris Letdowns, just like that, go up 2-0. Let's go on board with Livestocks because he's on the 3 streak. Don't think Livestock got enough observer love last map. Sorry about that, Livestock, because he had a sleeper 40 bomb, and I felt like I wasn't even prepared for it. So let's see what he can do here in the round 3. Looking for Nuck because, see, when those doors are open, you know there's going to be a sniper down there. Oh, Gooey Gallium.
Who else other than Gooey Gallium? I mean, that duo from him and Livestocks. And Swanee is doing bits as well. Right now, AV, only one alive, just like how Ghost was in that first round. 4v1 needs to get the defuse. At this point, just get picks.
Exactly. Fully agree with you there. If you're going to try to jump out here, good kill onto that player on the bomb, but Gooey Gallium was ready for it. Paris Letdowns off to a blistering hot start here in the game 2. But hey, let's not forget, Blupsy. This is kind of exactly what we saw happen in the first series. This series is somewhat mirroring the last one we just had. So if that's any indicator, then the Manitoba Mallards do have a shot to rattle off 3 straight and tie this up at 3. But I mean, with the way Gooey Gallium's moving, you're going to have to shut him down very swiftly.
And Manitoba, this is a very important round for them. They need to get this win on this offense. And you can see Gooey Gallium reading them perfect. He knows they're going onto that B. He pulls up the Daddy. Right now, he's just trying to figure out how he can go for the flank. God's Only Fear already on the site. He gets the first pick. He shouted out to his teammates. Snuck, though, does trade it out. And Manitoba can get the plant. However, GUI is going on this flank in a great position. Gets one. Of course he does. Can he get the second? Yes, he does. That's GUI Gallium for you right now. 3v1. No, lost alive.
Can Gooey Gallium find another one? He will. 9-1 for Gooey Gallium through 4 rounds. That's more than 2 kills per round. Has a cruise missile in the back pocket. And, I mean, this is just getting rough, Bluffsy. You want to see Manitoba win one of these rounds, but Gooey Gallium is just getting so pushed up into the mix so quickly that once he gets there, he's hard to get out.
He definitely is, and he goes on those flanks, and he makes sure to fight those gunfights where they are in his favor. However, even on the 50-50 gunfights, he seems to be winning those. And right now, he's just sprinting right at them, trying to get any pick he can.
Looking for another one. Can he find the 10th? He will on an 8th streak here in the search and destroy. Ghost finally able to shut him down, but Paris Letdowns, they get that bomb down swiftly. Livestock gets cut, so the first life advantage here for the Manitoba Mallards. Let's see how they opt to retake here. God's Only Fear so far away. It's Swanee against the world here. Nobody on the pinch. As he gets cut down, God's Only Fear might be too far away.
He definitely is, and Ghost in a great position right here to watch God's Only Fear and make sure to stop him. You can see Casper already on the defuse, halfway there. Great kill from God's Only Fear. However, Ghost is there to clean it up. Did he have enough time, though, to get the defuse?
I think he got it. This is very close, everybody. He does get the defuse. That was a little too close for comfort, Bluffsy. That was very close.
The clock stopped at 0-0. I mean, that was perfect timing to get the defuse. Right here, Ghost, making sure to get that kill in the nick of time and give his team enough chance to get that defuse. Good job by Manitoba finally getting around on the board.
You saw that both of those players sprinting. They knew the seriousness of the situation, and they got to that bomb as quickly as they could. Paris Letdowns finally give up their first round. Manitoba, is this kind of your momentum builder? Because Nuck still hasn't necessarily gotten too much done with that snipe, but get a first blood. That's kind of everything but Livestock moving quickly here. And the first blood, always so important. He's able to find it just like that.
The thing with Manitoba is if they do shut down GUI, Livestock is right there. Oh, but Nuck with a snipe. GUI does get a team trade. Can he get the second here? No, Nuck gets 2. Nuck doing exactly what his team needs to keep them in contention. And right now it is 2v2. Bomb is nowhere near the Paris Letdown.
Swanee in a very solid spot. Might be able to hear these players cross to the bomb. Playing the sound cues so perfectly. Ghost right on the other side. He doesn't find the kill. Player 4, it's going to be God's Only Fear. Not in range of getting that bomb off. The plant's going to come in. 26 seconds left to go. God's Only Fear in a 2v1 scenario. Yet again. Does he find it this time?
He does have a Daddy in hand, which he just pops. He does have to check every corner right here to make sure that Manitoba is nowhere near the bomb. However, Manitoba are playing on that bedroom area instead of that P4 area. And you can see God's Only Fear does read it. However, his Daddy is done, and he only has 20 seconds to work with.
Manitoba Mallards, another big round win. We were kind of shouting out Nuck there as being the player that needed to make something happen. And like you said, Bluffsy, he does exactly that. Nuck finds 2 in that round on 2 very important players. You know, realistically, every player on the Paris Letdowns is an X factor. So it's great to see him cut down, you know, just 2 in the round and, you know, kind of swing the tide in their favor. Now Manitoba Mallards only down 2. You get 1 more, things definitely start to get dangerous for the Paris Letdowns. If you're Paris, you want to put this out of reach before it gets too late because you had that 4-0 lead, but it's slowly dwindling away from you.
It definitely is. And right now, this is a very important round for both teams. Manitoba, if they do win this round, the momentum will definitely be in their favor. However, Paris make a great push onto that B side. AV, though, gets one. Swanee gets another. And Ghost trades them out right now. Manitoba have the life advantage. Gooey Gallium gets
Ooh.
gunned down by Ghost, and that is a crucial kill for Manitoba right here.
Another one for the Manitoba Mallards. I mean, Manitoba, they look like a different team now. They're making so many good reads right here. We saw all those players. Paris just move slightly too slow on that B push. And Manitoba reads it like a book. They find their way to that bomb site, and they shut down that push with the swiftness. Good trade battle wins from the side of Manitoba, and it finds them that third round on the board. Paris, now 4-3. I mean, if it gets 4-4, now you're really worried.
And I do believe that Manitoba have found the answer to this Paris team. They have found out how to deal with the aggression of this Paris team. You can see, though, God's Only Fear in a great position to watch whoever pushes into this hill. They know where he is, and he does switch his line of sight. Ghost, though, gets the first blood, and just like that, Manitoba are up on lives 4-3.
And they're doing the dash. They said, okay, you know, maybe kitchen isn't our cup of tea. We're going to wrap out, and they're going to get this bomb down very easily. Player 3 Livestock.
Do
He's holding
seem to
down
be
mid.
reading it, though.
There's something going on, but not so sure just yet. Big kill out of Livestock to even the odds here at 3, but you still got that defuse, and God's Only Fear is going on the deep pinch. Somebody's got to find a pick, and the only upside for Paris is that Manitoba are not in bedroom.
And just like that, Paris are 3v1 situation. The last guy alive is Ghost in this reception. He does get one. He does get found out, though. And Paris are defusing the bomb. Ghost uses the cruise, but I believe it's too little, too late. Bomb is defused. And just like that, Paris take the 5-3 lead.
I'm pretty sure if Ghost had looked at the bomb, he could have just shot him straight off of it, but he opts to use that cruise missile and does not go in his favor. Tough situations. Now, the Paris Letdowns at match point, but don't forget we saw a 5-3 lead collapse just a series ago, Bluffsy. I mean, seeing 2 in one night, I mean, what a treat that would be, wouldn't it?
They don't call it a curse for no reason. And Paris right now just looking to end it, not looking to fall victim. However, Nuck with a sniper rifle barely misses the kill. Gooey Gallium, though, on the aggression, pushing up that top bedroom area. Bomb is going to go down for the side of Paris. It's a 4v3 situation. Make it 4v2. Manitoba in a very difficult position right now.
Oh, another big kill, and now it's going to be AV in a 1v4 scenario. They shut it down before it gets too dangerous. Paris Letdowns rattle off 2 straight. They close the game out 6-3, and they go up 2-0 in the series. I thought Manitoba had a chance there, no doubt about it, but Paris Letdowns, they shut the door. They watched the last series, Blupsy. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, map 3 of the semi-final match. Paris Letdowns up 2-0 in the series so far, and Gooey Gallium has been frying from start to finish. He's trying to make it to Chumps, and the rest of the team doing fantastic things as well. Manitoba, they're going to have to reverse sweep to make it to that Chumps match, but it's an uphill battle, no doubt.
And right now, Paris already have the first pick on A. They are hopping to B. Livestock helping out this team right here, putting Manitoba in.
Ever heard of a smoke grenade-based mail system? Well, Airblops is cornering the market. Enjoy one of our fine testimonials.
Yeah, guys, just have that tank hanging up right there. Oh yeah, I love Airblops. Just don't open one of the blinking ones like I did. Go ahead and show them that clip.
My apologies, stream. I do not know how I switched it to the Be Right Back screen. Sorry, everybody. Paris Letdowns, they find the A point, or the B point, and now they're working toward that A point. Lives tied. Let's see what Manitoba can do to shut this down.
Right now, Manitoba are in a good position to hold off Paris right here. Casper in a great position to get that cross. However, you can see the side of Paris already have 2 on the flank right now. And if they go to those picks, it'll be massive. Casper does get shut down. GUI is on the flank looking to get 1 or 2 picks. And Livestocks just hops on that A point, trying to get that first tick in.
Most definitely. Casper with a big 3-piece right there. But there's still a tick on to A right there. Player 1. He gets cut down. Now Paris back to their spawn. How are they going to operate here? They're kind of in the trap, but we've seen them slay their way out multiple times. Stocks with a big 2. And now it's up to Casper and Nuck to stay alive here.
And Manitoba doing a great job of keeping up with that slaying power from the side of Paris, as well as keeping them off the point. Great awareness from Casper right here to know where the players are coming from. He does get bait and switched, and Paris do get an important 2 picks right here. Livestock gets another. However, trades are going back and forth. The kill feed is both orange and green right now. Manitoba 10-8 on lives, make it 10-7.
Nuck in an absolute perfect position. This means that Paris Letdowns, they cannot go this direction right now. They have to wrap around. That's exactly what we see them doing. But Casper's ready for it as well. So now you're kind of between a rock and a hard place if you're Paris. But Casper kind of in a tough spot. He's able to get away. He picks up GUI Gallium. Now 9-5 life lead for the Manitoba Mallards. They have a chance to go up 1-0 in this map right here. But you got to lock it in.
Casper just doing a great job of reading the Paris team. However, he does get gunned down right here. 20 seconds remaining. Paris have to do something. They have to hop on the point and stop the clock. And just like that, Manitoba 7-3 on the life count. And it seems like the round is going to go their way.
Livestocks 13-7 here in the round 1. But Paris not able to make it happen here because Casper, I feel like that big 3-piece was really a difference maker there in the round 1. It, you know, slowed down the push from Paris tremendously. The defense reigned supreme. They knew how they wanted to play that defense. The teamwork was good, and they stuck to their guns there in this round 1. Now Paris, they're forced to bounce back.
And just a great job by Manitoba all over the place. Their teamwork was brilliant. They knew exactly where to look. Casper was very aware of the flanks coming in from GUI Gallium. And right now, Manitoba have the lead and are looking to reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep technically started right there, if you think about it. But still got a lot of work to do. Nuck with a big 2-piece. On a 10 streak. Did not notice that, Blupsy. He goes on a 10 streak. He finds that cruise missile. And that's something that can be very well utilized on this map. So now Manitoba, they have control of that A site, but Livestock does what he does best. Finds a big 2-piece. Finds a 3rd as well. Now Nuck, the last player up top mid. But Swanee picks him up. Now Manitoba all at the spawn. God's only fear. He's in a big power position here.
And lives are pretty much tied right here. However, Manitoba only have a minute to work with, so they need to pick a point to get the kills on. God's only fear with a massive kill right here. And just like that, Manitoba are sort of going between A and B. It seems like they finally decided to push onto that B. GUI Gallium in a great position to get the flank kill. However, Nuck, massive kill right when it was most needed.
Absolutely. And the one thing is, nobody from Manitoba has hopped on the point just yet. Casper waiting for the reinforcements, which you only have 29 seconds left to work with. Rest of the Paris Letdowns trying to pinch onto that point. You got God's Only Fear and GUI Gallium trying to work for it. He's able to find one. Can he find a second? No, he does not. He dives on away. God's Only Fear finds a second. You know, the rest of the Paris Letdowns, they should need to get with them because one break and Paris Letdowns might be able to win this round, but they might not need both of them because GUI Gallium finds a big 2-piece on that hill.
And a massive defensive round right here from Paris. Manitoba really need to get a move on with 15 seconds remaining. God's Only Fear is watching that P point, and you got 3 players watching that A point from the side of Paris. Manitoba, though, might be able to hop it. They just stopped the clock with 7.5 seconds remaining. They are stacking that B point, and that extra minute would be massive if they can get it.
GUI Gallium still alive, though. He is able to find one, isn't able to find the second. And that should be the capture for the side of Manitoba. But God's Only Fear, he doesn't find the kill. That could have shut down the push. But No worries if you are Paris Letdowns, because you still have an 8-life lead here. Make it 9, and you got Manitoba exactly where you want them.
Yeah, Paris in a great position. However, we do know how control can go. One wipe is all you need if you're the side of Manitoba to hop on the hill. Livestock, though, with a massive kill right here, making it 18-10 on lives. Dwani gets another 18-7. Can he get the second? No, Nuck does get the trade. However, Livestock is right there. And then Gooey Gallium just moving around the map, getting picks here and there. Can he get the second? No. 30 seconds remaining, 5 lives. Manitoba in a very tough position.
Very much so. They have that ramp to work with, so might be able to sneak onto that A point. You see player 7 able to do so, but he gets cut down so swiftly. 16-3 life count here. Looks like Paris is going to take this round 2 home.
It seems very likely, and they will tie it up 1-1. I don't remember the first how many ticks, how many segments Paris was able to get on that first offensive round.
I think they're
However, 4
tied.
from Manitoba is very impressive. Like you said, if it is tied, it is anyone's game, and these next 2 rounds are going to be crucial.
Indeed, they will be. You take a look at that scoreboard, and one name pops off the screen at you. That's Livestock's. Through 2 rounds, he has 27 kills on an 11 streak with a cruise missile in the back pocket. Livestock's a little bit dormant in the search and destroy. Pretty sure he was, what, like 7-6? But he was frying in the game 1. Here he is frying in the game 3 as well. I mean, this has a chance to be a kill record type game.
It definitely is, and then Livestock's, like you said, not shown enough love on that map 1 because Gooey Gallium was doing bits. However, Livestock's right now making sure his name is heard, and that is exactly what he's doing. Frying 28-11, has the cruise in hand whenever it is needed. Can he get the kill on Ghost? No, he does get gunned down by Casper, and Paris need to hop on one of the points.
Those definitely do. They are able to hop onto that A point. Swanee isn't able to pick up Ghost over there, but as long as they're on that A point, or that B point, sorry, isn't the worst thing in the world. You got player 3 trying to help out God's Only Fear on that hill, putting in some shots, gets turned on. Tough loss from Livestocks. And now Paris Letdowns, they don't have a lot of map control on this map right now. They need to find some kills, and they got to find them soon. They find their way on that A point, but Swanee's going to need some assistance.
He is going to need some assistance, and here comes Gooey Gallium from that ramp area. God's Only Fear does get a pick, and Swanee just making sure to get as many segments as possible while his team approaches. God's Only Fear getting 1. Nuck, though, on the flank. Can he get this huge kill onto this B point on Swanee? Yes, he can. Nuck coming up massive.
And he's decapping that point as well, putting in some long-range shots with the Vaznev in hand. Trying to, slow down Livestocks on the other side of the map. Nuck, 24-12, double positive with that Vaz in hand. Rewraps that glide bomb. Doesn't see Swanee there for a second, but Ghost has the kill. But Livestocks, he finds his way on that point. 2 ticks on the B. They need to get it, and they got to get it now.
And that extra minute would be massive right here, especially that they are down on live by 5 due to the slaying power coming from Nuck. And they need to hop onto this B point. Yes, they can. Swanee, the only one there. Livestock is helping him out, and they should be able to get this B hill.
Now trying to shoulder from that top glass area, but unable to find anything going. More kills going in the favor of the Paris Letdowns. They have the Manitoba Mallards in kind of a pickle right now. You got God's Only Fear finding time on this hill as well. Gets that first tick. I'm not sure if they had that before. Pretty sure they did. But 8-12 life count. This isn't over for the Paris Letdowns yet, but Manitoba Mallards in range of sending this to match point.
And Livestock on 33-17, getting matched up against Nuck 27-14. What a matchup between the 2 players right here. The life count is in favor of Manitoba. However, Swanee in a great position to just get picks where it's needed. Gooey Gallium gets 1. 5 lives remaining for Paris. They're trying to get control of this A hills and try and finish it out and get this offensive round. However, Manitoba doing a great job of stopping.
Yeah, big kill from Casper right there. And this might be the battle of who can get defense, because both of these teams have looked so good on the defensive end so far. Paris Letdowns with another 4 ticks on the board. And it looks like it's going to stay that way. It could have been a 5th tick if Nuck doesn't win that that fight onto that A point earlier on in the round. But I mean, hey, both teams looking fantastic. Manitoba Mallards go up 2-1. And I mean, this is their chance to start the reverse sweep.
It definitely is, and another defensive round win on this Expo Control. Paris need to win the next 2 rounds if they want to go to the champion and go to the finals with a 3-0. However, Manitoba will probably not step off the gas, especially after that massive defensive round that they just had.
Two to 1 now. Manitoba Mallards looking absolutely fantastic. Nuck 28-17. Absolutely frying with that Vaz in hand. Pretty sure. Oh, team kill off the break. Not sure where that comes from. A big kill out of Gooey Gallium right there. Player 7, AKW. He finds one. He almost finds a second. Livestocks with 13 health left to go. Oh, a big 3 right there. Nuck, 29-18. He's got a glide bomb in the back pocket. Cruise missile. 27-23. You got to get on a point.
And we've seen Nuck go on dangerous runs with that dead silence. Great routes from him. And right now, Manitoba are trying to get control of that B hill. You can see Nuck, though, in a great position to watch both entrances coming back into that behind that stage. Gooey Gallium versus Nuck. This is the matchup I want to see.
Nuck playing so slow. 50 seconds left on the clock. They got to find this sooner rather than later. The second tick is going to come in, but I'm not sure if God's Only Fear is going to find this kill on the board. Livestock, 41-21. They find that capture, though. Ghost gets cut down on that point. And Casper runs right past him, so he finds another one. These kills are just coming straight through him.
Manitoba, though, is doing a great job of getting that first hill on that stage. However, they are down 21-13 on lives. Manitoba need to get that 1 tick at least on that A hill in order to be tied up on ticks and have a chance of getting that defensive round. Casper with a massive kill right here.
18-12 now. They find their way onto that point. Gooey Gallium throwing in the nade. Casper on a 4 streak, but it's not going to do enough. They find that first tick. And the Manitoba Mallards are getting pushed back. Paris Letdowns trying to fight back in, but they don't have much time to work with.
Manitoba trying their hardest to pull off this reverse sweep. And you can see Casper with a massive 2-piece. Swanee, the only one left. He needs to hop on this point and stop that coming from Manitoba. And just like that, Manitoba win the control 3-1.
Big win from the Manitoba Mallards. Everybody on that team playing fantastic from start to finish. And they start the comeback in this series here. They get their first one on the board. Welcome back to the Call of Duty Rec League. Welcome back to everybody from the Alpha stream. Thank you for the raid, Call of Duty Rec League. We are the Call of Duty Rec League Bravo stream, so I cannot say I'm surprised. But here we are, Game 4, Bluffsy. After a big win out of Manitoba Mallards in that Game 3, I mean, continuing it on the Game 4 would be huge. But if Gooey Gallium got anything to say about it, you know, it's going to be a tough one for Manitoba to win. Big win from them on the control, but this Game 4 is everything.
And on the side of Manitoba, you just got to keep an eye out for Nuck and Casper. They will be everywhere. They will be in your face, and they will be making it as tough as possible to win this hardpoint if you're Paris. However, Paris already fighting for that P2 spawns. You can see Livestock in a position to hold it down on his own. He gets one. Can he get the second? Almost does. Yes, he does. And Livestock, just like that, gets spawned all on his own for this P2 hill.
Pushing in from that D1 and D2 side of the map. That spot area is open. Casper is able to sneak on in. The shots coming through for Livestocks, but player 7, he is going to be pinching. Can he find anything? He is able to find one. One more on the hill. That is going to be Swanee. He's got the AR in hand, and he gets cut down just like that. So Manitoba Mallards in range of getting some more time here, but Livestock gets a good back spawn. He might be able to break this on open.
And we've seen what Manitoba can do on breaking hills. They've done it on that fortress, on many hills, especially that P3 hill. You can see, though, players are more than satisfied with just fighting for these scraps on P2. One player is already there, and guess what? It is Gooey Gallium. He does get the first pick. Players are getting all the picks in their way. However, you can see the side of Manitoba flooding in. Gooey gets one, though. Paris get the scraps and the rotations.
They absolutely do, and Manitoba Mallards so far away from the hill. See Gooey Gallium picking up Freezer. He is able to get one, and he gets out with his life as well. Him and Livestock playing in tandem. Gonna chow onto that hill, but there is gonna be more players to kill. Livestock picking him up as well. Pops that dead silence. Here's Casper coming, but isn't able to get that kill. Still a big hold for Paris Letdowns. Manitoba Mallards cannot break in.
And Manitoba just barely broke into that hill with the last 30 seconds, but scrap time. They do want to work for it, and they're trying their hardest to do so. 20 seconds remaining on this last hill. Livestock pushing in, gets one, contests the hill, and right now, he does get gunned down. Manitoba do get the last 10 seconds, but you can see Paris fully set up for this next hill.
Big kill at a ghost right there. 2 seconds left on old. Paris Letdowns have that rotation. God's Only Fear trying to break on in, but Nuck is going to be the first one with control of this hill for the time being. Manitoba Mallards, they have a chance to break on in here, but they are getting pinched from all sides by the Paris Letdowns.
And you gotta appreciate the efforts from Manitoba on breaking hills. But right now, Paris doing a great job of holding this P4 hill. Right now, God's Only Fear in a great position to watch the spawns for Manitoba. Manitoba do finally spawn out onto that bedroom side, but too little, too late. 30 seconds remaining on this hill. Paris Letdown in control.
God's Only Fear gets cut down. So much more time to get on this P4, though. Paris is going to soak up all of that time. Going to be player 1 versus player 8 on this new hill, and they trade each other out. So now it's going to be the Paris Letdown action. Player behind Livestock right here. Can he spot him? He's going to be posted up in the TV area, but it's him against the world in the Manitoba Mallards right now. Big kill out of AV, and that's going to be Manitoba with the hold for now.
And this is one of the first hills we've seen where Manitoba does get the rotation as opposed to trying to break. And they are in a great position to watch these kitchens spawn. You can see, though, Gooey Gallium on the flank gets 2. Livestock gets the 3rd. And just like that, the hill is broken. And Paris are in control of this restaurant area.
Big kill out of God's Only Fear, and Paris just extending their lead right now. Another kill for him. God's Only Fear doing what he needs to do for the team right now. Swanee still on that hill. Can he find another one? Livestock with the assistance right there. See player 5 rotating early on, but Casper gonna find him off of that scrap time. You want to grab that scrap time because it gets you quite closer, but Paris Letdown still here at the new hill. It's gonna be 5 versus 3 right here, and this is a big fight.
It is, and right here, Ghost is aware of God's Only Fear, and he does get that massive kill right here. Manitoba can take the lead if they get the full 60 on this last hill. You can see Ghost watching the rotation from the kitchen spawns. However, this is I Am Livestocks you're talking about, and he knows how to play his life. Manitoba soaking as much time as possible on this hill, though.
God's Only Fear gonna find him off of that hill. The rest of the Paris Letdowns going to flood on in. You got Gooey Gallium locking it down with that AR in hand. Another big kill for him. Manitoba Mallards trying to push in from this A-bomb side of the map, but it's just been so hard for them so far. Just cannot find their way across. This bedroom site has not been their friend. But as the first rotation of hills ends, it's going to be around 150 to 90. Manitoba going to have to bounce back with a big set of hills here.
And this is exactly what you said on our previous hardpoint on Hotel. P1 can be a money hill if you do get the rotation. And Paris, listen, right now they're already on that hill. They rotated, they made sure they don't mind giving up spawns for that P2, but a full wipe from Manitoba. Manitoba has been amazing at breaking hills. We've seen them do bits. And right now, they're just trying to get back into this game on this P1 hill.
Player 4 trying to be an issue here. Knows that that player is behind the desk. Finds both of them. One player still there. It's going to be Avi. He is able to find one. Cannot find the second, though. That is going to be God's Only Fear. But Gooey Gallium still lingering around with that Vaz in hand. Gooey Gallium with kind of a slow game for him. We expect him to be absolutely gross for the Paris Letdowns, but only 17 and 18 right now. He steps it up. That's a danger for the Manitoba Mallards. On the other side, Nuck, 18 and 14, been frying so far, and they're off the back of fantastic teamwork. They're extending that lead right now, but Manitoba Mallards have that rotation to New. This is their chance to get back into it and maybe gain a lead here.
And look at that line from Manitoba on P2. They have a player watching the chandeliers, a player watching the spa, a player on the hill soaking up as much hill time. They have the spawns, and you can see Paris trying to pinch from every side, but Manitoba are so spread out that they're ready to watch every angle. They're soaking up as much hill time as possible. They do get that first 15, and the kill feed is green. Ghost gets a massive pick right here, and Manitoba are looking to take the lead on this P2 hill.
Yeah, and this would be a big game changer for the Manitoba Mallards. You see player 3, he's already forced to rotate. Gooey Gallium still trying to fight for ult, just maybe get any sort of scrap time, but it's going to be very hard to do so. I feel like you need at least a second player here. Knows where AV is. Another one in front of him, unable to find that trade. So you see now Paris Letdowns at this new hill, but with 10 seconds left to go, Manitoba Mallards are going to get a lead here, but for how long is the question, Blupsy?
On our first set of rotations, we've seen how well Paris can hold down this kitchen hill, and they're looking to do the exact same. A full 60 either way would be massive for both teams because they'd be so close to winning. The kill feed was green, now the kill feed is orange. Paris slaying left and right. Gooey Gallium seems to be heating up, and this kitchen hill is going for the side of Paris perfectly.
Absolutely is. God's Only Fear just trying to pre-fire anything he can, but Gooey Gallium's going crazy. Goes on a 5 streak and just holds Paris, allows Manitoba to stay away from that hill for far too long for their liking. Livestock putting in some shots into Avi. And that final 20 is going to go to them, and that is a dangerous 16 seconds to leave on the board. It's going to be 226 to 172. That full 60 could have put the game out of reach. The Paris Letdowns are in the driver's seat to win this game here.
And Gooey with a massive pick right here. Paris get the scraps on that kitchen hill and get the rotations. Ghost though with a massive 2-piece, and he keeps his team alive. Right now, Manitoba can do exactly what Paris did on that kitchen hill and try and tie it up going into that restaurant.
Big kill out of Ghost right there. He stayed alive on a 4 streak. God's Only Fear gets cut down as well. It's going to be Swanee in the game changer position. He has to jump onto that time, though. Casper is going to be able to find that kill, but Gooey Gallium still lingering around. Finds one, finds a second, gets away from the third, but the Manitoba Mallards still on that point. Break is there, and Paris, they can still win it here. They have to contest. Manitoba, if they can't contest here, the game is over, but I think that's going to be enough. Player 7 calls in that kill streak. What's Nuck gonna find with it? That scrap time so important. Manitoba Mallards, they have to rotate, but they want the scrap as well.
They have to fight for both the rotations and the scrap in a very tough position. Paris will only be 5 seconds away from winning this and moving on to the finals. Swanee right now contesting the hill until Paris flood in, and they do exactly that. Livestock gets one, gets the second. Gooey gets the third. Right now, only one person on the hill, and it is Nuck. Not an easy kill to get.
Kill comes in, only 5 seconds left to go. Player 5 is going to have to break on in, but Swanee's there for the assistance, and that's going to be enough to send the Paris Letdowns to the silver pre-made, or the silver mixed South finals here. They win the series 3-1 with an absolutely fantastic series showing. I mean, all those maps were pretty solidly close.